Go ahead and type W down in the comments, folks. Look, a win's a win. Wisconsin fans have been already talking trash in our comments on yesterday's post-game show, saying, oh, the W, that's going to stand for Wisconsin. Now, type W in the comments because a win's a win. Jim Harbaugh and the team are celebrating the win. Let's celebrate it for a couple moments here amongst each other before we overreact to yesterday's kind of surprising outcome, kind of surprising second half from this program. I've got my 5 Michigan football overreactions coming up on the show right now. And we are presented by Magic Spoon cereal, folks. It is great tasting cereal. 0 sugar in these bad boys and 13 grams of protein per serving. They got awesome flavors like cocoa, like fruity. It's delicious. It's good for you. No sugar. MagicSpoon.com/GoBlue. $5 off your order. I eat it every day. That's no cap on that one. All right. Let's talk about Michigan football overreaction Sunday. I'm overreacting to a few things that happened in yesterday's game. I've got a lot of takeaways. I've kind of skewered the internet, figuring out what you guys are talking about, what people are talking about on social media. And I've got 5 overreactions for you as Michigan squeaks by Rutgers. All right, it took a couple 4 fourth-down stops in the game. It took a missed field goal by them. It took a fumble, strip sack, and a fumble recovery by Michigan true freshman Junior Colson to get the win yesterday. And my number one overreaction is Josh Gattis is a bad offensive coordinator. He really is. We've had 23 games of Josh Gattis, folks. We know what we're getting from him, and it's about 75% of the games are really bad, and there's no development of an offensive game plan at all. Take a look at the stats from yesterday's game. 20 points for this offense that they scored, in the first half. Went 3-4 straight drives with 3 and outs in the second half. Really did nothing. Put the defense back on the field pretty much nonstop. 275 total yards, 44 in the second half, 163 in the pass, and 112 yards in the rushing game, which is 238 yards below their season average heading into this one. So that is what we are talking about with Josh Gattis going out of this 4th game of the season, 1/3 of the way through the season for this Michigan football team. So I have no confidence in Josh Gattis at this point. I think he is not the man for the job. I have confidence in the running game, but I think that's Mike Hart, Matt Weiss, Jim Harbaugh, maybe Schiano Moore, the co-offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. But one of them, you guys, I will pin this comment below the video, so reply to that pinned comment with a 1 through 10. What is your confidence level in Michigan offensive coordinator Josh Gattis on a scale of 1 to 10? I put myself at about a 3 right now. If you have anything more than 3, you're basically saying, Josh, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can, because I don't know what you're seeing out of this offense. Passing game just does not exist as things stand right now. Number 2, Michigan quarterback Cade McNamara. He is on the hot seat. He is on a big-time hot seat after yesterday's performance where he was missing wide-open receivers in the end zone. He was skipping balls off the turf, and there were wide-open receivers with no pressure on him. 9 of 16 on the day, 163 yards, no touchdowns for Cade McNamara, with a long of 51 was his passing stats in his 4th game as the starter this season for Michigan. I would have liked to see some J.J. McCarthy yesterday. If Michigan would have got that touchdown before half, they would win in 24-3. And I think you probably could have saw J.J. McCarthy, but then the offense came out and did nothing. The defense was letting Rutgers move the ball around, and as it stands, we didn't get to see J.J. McCarthy yesterday, and we definitely did not get to see a Cade McNamara that looked competent in what he does with this Michigan offense. But want to make sure you guys know about Magic Spoon cereal. We are presented by Magic Spoon. 13 grams of protein per serving. No sugar, 4 grams of net carbs per serving. Go to magicspoon.com/GoBlue. You will get $5 off your first order. It is so delicious. It tastes like those sugary cereals you ate as a kid, but those are unhealthy for you. Those are packed with sugar. Magic Spoon is not. No sugar, protein packed, tastes delicious, good for you. I'm not sure why you would eat anything else in the morning. magicspoon.com/GoBlue for $5 off your first order. Was the hit to the head to Cade McNamara worse than we thought, right? He's on the hot seat, but are we being a little too harsh on him? And if it was worse than we thought, if it really knocked him off his game, if it phased him, if it was affecting his ability to be Michigan's quarterback, then why did Jim Harbaugh and Josh Gattis and the rest of the Michigan offensive staff not recognize that? I mean, he was skipping balls off the turf 5 feet in front of his wide receivers. He was missing wide open wide receivers in the end zone. J.J. McCarthy, I think, potentially should have had the opportunity to get some playing time yesterday when Josh Gattis clearly didn't have it. He's 8 of 12 on the year right now. He have 122 passing yards, 1 touchdown, that beautiful pass across the field in the opener to Dalen Baldwin. But I think it's we're going to give Cade McNamara one more week. If he comes out and gets a road win on Wisconsin, then he's your quarterback. If he gets a road win but really struggles and is these same kind of stats where he's not hitting guys and he's skipping balls off the turf and missing wide open receivers in the end zone, then maybe he is not the guy that we thought he was going to be sometimes last year, first couple of games of this year, and Michigan needs to make a change. All right, we're getting close to the number. We have 4 or 5 days left. Let's get to 15,000 subscribers, 14,737 as we tape here on a Sunday afternoon. Get to 15,000, and you guys will be my heroes, Michigan football fans. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all that you have subscribed. Trying to catch the Michigan podcast. They're like 15,150. We're right behind them, catching them up to have the most subscribers of any Michigan football YouTube channel, a show type of channel, not the official channel from the school themselves. Number 3, Greg Schiano outcoached Jim Harbaugh. And there's nothing else that you're going to say that's going to take me off of that take. The second half, Greg Schiano and Rutgers on both sides of the ball, they switched up what they were doing. On offense, they started running more read option. On defense, they were stuffing Michigan's run game, pushing them to throw. And these are the stats we came up with. 44 yards in the second half for this team to get to 275 on the day for Michigan. Again, 163 pass, 112 rush, and it was an embarrassment from an offense perspective in the second half for this program, for Cade McNamara, for Josh Gattis, and Jim Harbaugh didn't make any adjustments, it seemed, at all when it needed and when Michigan needed a big play from the offense and really in the defense, but potentially the defense, they just got lucky. A lot of luck, a lot of fourth down stops that maybe Michigan didn't prepare. So no adjustments after half for Michigan, for this coaching staff, and it almost resulted in it would have been a disastrous loss had Rutgers came back and beat Michigan yesterday. But grade Jim Harbaugh yesterday versus Rutgers, A, B, C, D, or F. Go down in the comments. Grade A, B, C, D, or F. My grade for him, I'm giving him I got to be a little harsh on him, a D+, because he hacked and he just really struggled at the end of the first half with calling timeouts at the right time, the right play calls. Michigan should have multiple more opportunities to try and score a touchdown, yet they settled for a field goal. I think it was on third down. So A, B, C, D, or F from Jim Harbaugh. I'm going with a D+ in that one. Good first couple drives, but after that, the offensive game plan, the defensive game plan really fell apart. Number 4, people are saying this. I'm not sure if it's true yet. I'm going to give them Wisconsin game that the running game ain't all that. Michigan's running game ain't all that. And let's look at the stats from yesterday from their top 2 running backs, star running backs of the team. Hassan Haskins, 12 carries, 41 yards, 3.4 per carry, a long of 11 yards. What are we doing here? 2 touchdowns that were both 1-yard touchdown runs, basically. 21 carries for Blake Corum, 68 yards, 3.2 yards per carry, and a long of 13. I mean, Michigan literally had nothing from a big play perspective. And maybe they're relying on big plays a little too much from the running game. When they don't get them, they just don't know what else to do. And, getting chunks of 6 and 8 yards just really isn't possible. So I was pretty disappointed with the running game yesterday. Was really disappointed in the game calling from Josh Gattis and was very disappointed in the adjustments that Jim Harbaugh and the coaching staff made as a total. But Michigan's heading to Wisconsin on Saturday, trying to go 5-0, trying to win at Wisconsin for the first time since 2001, folks. It's been 20 years. It's crazy to think about. It is the big noon kickoff against the 1-2 Badgers, who were beating Notre Dame in the fourth quarter on Saturday, but somehow lost 41-13. I don't know. It's just mind-boggling how that happens. They were up 13-10 at one point in the fourth, lost 41-13 to Notre Dame. So they're 1-2 after losing the opener to Penn State. I don't know from you guys, though. Predict the score. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this one. I don't even know what to predict. Don't count me on this one. I'm not going to make this my official prediction. Just off the cuff, what I saw of Wisconsin yesterday, I saw Michigan yesterday. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 24-20 Michigan at this point. I haven't seen much from Wisconsin's offense this year that makes me think they can do really anything against Michigan's defense, the good defense or the bad defense we saw in the second half against Rutgers. Number 5 is we better hope Josh Ross is okay, because when he went out of the game, it didn't seem like Michigan had any game plan or really was running around with like chickens with their heads cut off in the second half. And it's like, is he that important that you can't stop Rutgers at all at certain stretches? So you better hope he's okay, because it doesn't seem like there's any depth, which we kind of knew at linebacker position. Ross has played better than expected this year. But if he's out for multiple games, heck, if he's out against Wisconsin, I think that can potentially change the game plan big time. And Michigan's in a lot of hurt trying to stop the Wisconsin running game. So I better hope Josh Ross is okay. Injured in second quarter, did not return. Is he that vital, though? Is Josh Ross that vital to this team? I mean, come on. Like, what are we saying here? This is a guy that many of you wanted to run off as not even being worthy of being a starter last year and even the year before. And now he goes out in the second half, and Michigan looks like they have no idea what to do on defense. It's surprising, and I'm not really sure why that was. Freshman Junior Colson came in and played admirably, got that fumble return there towards the end of the game, one of the last plays of the game. But hope Josh Ross is okay, because if he is that vital and Michigan needs him that bad, it's going to be bad news trying to stop Wisconsin on Saturday. Make sure you guys, though, follow me on Twitter. Really appreciate it. I've gotten a couple hundred followers or so in the last week, ever since we asked you guys to on a show last week, and continued during the games yesterday. I was tweeting out some stuff during the Michigan game, did myself a halftime show, did myself a end of the third quarter show, and it looked like Michigan was in shambles, and we rolled from there. So at James Yoder on Twitter, really appreciate you guys following me. We ready to go? Okay, 10 more seconds, and we are out of this bad boy. It's at James Yoder on Twitter. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to do a Michigan football rumors, talk about some of these injuries, and I'll have a Michigan football mailbag on Tuesday. Wednesday, my Michigan football Wisconsin preview, and then a couple more shows, trying to get a show every single day the rest of this month and throughout the rest of the season. So we'll be back on Monday. Till then, go Blue.